Hey YouTube, it's your girl Nikki Proverbs 31, and I decided to come on and make a video. You guys, I'm so sorry. Hold on one second. This is so ghetto, but all of a sudden I just got majorly thirsty. So, pause for the cause. Drink y'all H2O, y'all. Sorry about that. Wow. What's going on right now? I'm 17 weeks in, like 4 days, 5 days. So thank you, Jesus, for that. And this will basically be going over week 16, I think. I don't know, you guys. I'm just going to tell you guys what's been going on with me. So, as you can see, I'm on the couch. I look crazy. Really don't care. Um, I have been, and I told you guys before that I've been having some major pains, and the doctor said it was the degeneration of fibroids, as well as probably scar tissue from my myomectomy, and in addition to that, uh, he was explaining that when the baby initially implanted, because it was fibroids, I don't understand because my fibroids is not inside my uterus, but anyway, because the fibroids are over in that area, it wasn't a great implantation. And so it's so easy my for the placenta to possibly detach even a little bit, which causes some bleeding, and then my uterus will contract because of that also. So he prescribed me some Procardia, which they normally give to women who are a little bit further along in in pregnancy. But because we're trying to do everything we possibly can, well, I'm sending up my prayers and I'm speaking life to my uterus, to my womb, to my baby, um, and canceling every assignment that Satan has to try to uh, take this pregnancy from me. It's been trying to do that since day one, and he's a liar. He has no victory over us. But even like last night, there's that stupid. Why does this do that? That is so annoying. But anyway, we even like last night, I was having the worst pains. They come. Let me back up. And you guys have to understand that I'm all over the place. And I know somebody says, "Do you write stuff down?" Yeah, I normally would, but understand that my focus is to try to get on here and try to say what I can, because and do it when I can, because most of the time I'm not feeling well. Most of the time I'm in a lot of pain. So please bear with me, and if it's too scatterbrained for you, I understand. Don't watch my videos. But with that being said, I have been in excruciating pain. When I mean excruciating, I'm saying no joke. It's worse than, well, I only thing I've never been pregnant, but it's like labor pains, because I have to start breathing and they come and they go, and it's really hard, and they stop me in my tracks. So um, they have me on Tylenol 3, and I would have to take two of them, and it still wouldn't stop the pain. So I had a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, and I let the doctor know that I'm I'm done taking Tylenol threes, because all it does is make me loopy. That's another thing. I'm constantly taking medication, so I'm kind of loopy all the time. So hence another reason why I'm kind of like airy. But and I just said I can't do it anymore, and I broke down crying because I was in pain all throughout the entire appointment. And so he prescribed me Narco, and that's supposed to be a little bit stronger narcotic, meaning stronger codeine. And they had me taking it once every 4 to 6 hours. No, I still have to take about, uh, if not two at a time, then one every 3 hours or something like that. Yesterday, I took one at about 5, then I took one around 6 something, 7, and then I got home and I had to take another one at about 8, 9 o'clock, and I was still in pain all night long. Ended up taking some Motrin and everything. So, if you guys can keep us in the prayers regarding that. I've been reading on kind of website that they were saying, well, forums that women who have fibroids, said the degeneration, normally happens around this time, and a lot of women said that in their third trimester was better. And I just hope and pray that that's the case. And most women only have a couple of fibroids, but because I have over 10 of them, I've been diagnosed with having 10 of them. That one may be degenerating and another one is starting. I don't know, but for the past few weeks, I just been like miserable. And like I said, we were going back and forth about selling our house, putting our house on market, and what have you. And but we went on ahead and decided we're going to go ahead and do it. So we put our house on the market last week. We were supposed to have a showing yesterday, which I had my sister-in-law and a friend of mine come and help me clean up. And I did a little light, cleaning. And then they called and said they wanted to see it day before yesterday, and that the realtor got the information incorrect. So I was beyond ticked off because it's challenging trying to get this house show ready. The house isn't nasty or dirty, but you want it show ready. You want it to show nicely, and I need other people to help me with that. So I'm kind of bummed about that, but I know the Lord will allow us to sell this house in a timely fashion, so we're not worried about it. And the good news about that is that we were able to. It was a one neighborhood that we were considering moving to. Actually, we did the paperwork and everything for them to build in that area, and it was it's a decent neighborhood. But the new construction, they may be doing like 60 houses. You don't know when they're going to be done. We'll be the one out of 5 homes that they just started initiating this stage, and it may take years for them to sell those lots and get that all built out. And I didn't know if I want to live in a construction site for years. Plus, you don't know the neighborhood. You know that the current neighborhood, but who else is going to be moving in? And because they were starting off with lower income homes, then you have a variety of people and incomes. And I'm not saying, what I mean by that is, when we rode by there, we saw kids, and these kids are kids. They were blowing up bottles over there where they had started the construction. And then there was a swastika spray painted on some stuff. And it's just like, I already live in an area where it's not too many chocolate drops anyway. So, I just don't want that drama. And I don't want my child growing up in some crazy drama. My husband had to experience a lot of racist stuff when he grew up in this town. They burned a cross on their yard when he was a kid, and they constantly got called out, the N word, when they were in school. And so, I wanted to be in a more seasoned neighborhood where hopefully is more distinguished and intelligent people, that they wouldn't just act crazy. If they feel a certain way, they won't say it. So, and then the HOA, the area is more, they don't play about stuff, certain things. So praise God, it was a little bit more to move over in that neighborhood to have the same house built. But I believe that that's the best thing. It was, purchasing a home is an investment, and it's an investment for, financially, but also for your family. You want to make sure you're in the right neighborhood and right home. So I'm at peace about that, and I thank God for that. And my husband decided that he would let us move there. Okay, but regarding the appointment on Tuesday, they had me do the second round of genetic testing, and the doctor came in and explained to me about his meds and stuff, and I'm just like, you're gonna have to admit me to you're gonna have to do something because I cannot take this pain. But he also had the scan. We had the scan done, and then the technician was like, what she say to me? She was like, "Oh, you're early, and so we shouldn't even be doing this." And I said, "I'm 17 weeks and 2 days." She was like, "Well, we're showing that you're 16 weeks." And I said, "No, I'm not." And she was like, "Well, based off of our first ultrasound, it was showing you that you were at a certain amount of weeks." So I said, "That was probably because the baby was measuring smaller, but I had a ultrasound like 2 days before that, and I was on target at that point." uh, at that point, and based off my menstrual cycle and everything else and everybody else, you know, all the other doctors, my OB before coming here, they gave me uh, January 15th as a due date. And so now she was talking about January 20th. And I'm like, I'm not trying to hear you. And she was like, you know, I don't know why we're doing this scan because you're just too early. It's not going to be able to see anything. And I'm like, Heifer, you able to see toes and, you know, kidneys and stuff like that. But you're going to try to tell me you can't do a full scan? Do your job. I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you your thoughts. And, you know, she kept doing ultrasound on one side, where there's a lot of fibroids. When I have had more ultrasounds probably than anybody in the world. So I'm like, they normally come over here and they get a better picture. She want to do her own thing and then complain about my fibroids. Well, have to stop and go get somebody else to do it, because I'm in pain. I don't feel like it. I'm in no mood. Do your job or get somebody else to do it. The doctor was the one who wrote this up. So if you have a problem, you talk to the doctor. Ooh, she took me off. So she was trying to belittle me like I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, you may have went to school for what you know, and you've probably had plenty of them. But like I said, either do your job and shut up, or find somebody else to do it. I'm sorry. I hope this posts, because it's over 11 minutes, and I really don't want to do this again. So, because I'm tired and I'm cramping, and that's another thing. I have zero tolerance for anything now because I'm in pain, and I'm pregnant. So I really don't like people at all whatsoever. But where is this picture? Let me say this and get off of here, because now she's gonna take me off again. I'm gonna call her a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't want to. So we're sitting in there, and she, you know, first does the scan. She looks at the part, you know, the private part, and she was just like, well, I think it's this. And I'm like, you think? Or I said, can you look again? Because she just did it real quick. And I'm like, and then she was like, you're so early. There's no way we can really find out or not. But this is what I think. And she was saying, you're so early. And I said, can you at least look one more time? I mean, seriously, you glance at it, take a quick picture, and you keep it moving. And then I'm sorry, I'm going to tell y'all, but I'm venting really bad. I'm venting. But then she takes all this time when she find out where my husband works. She wants to talk about all this and, you know, just go into stuff about her friend's friend, cousin, auntie, uncle who does something there, and how she found out all this stuff. You know, I don't know, just yapping it up to my husband about his job. I was like, if you take more time, you could have took this time when you just yapping your jap to look and see what was the sex of my child, and to make sure that everything else is working right. So she claims that she couldn't see the heart. She couldn't actually get a good read on the heart. She could have, if she quit talking about what her grand uncle, cousin, daddy do at where my husband worked. Anyway, so sorry y'all. I'm sorry. So then she, you know, she looked again and she was like, this is what I'm thinking. So without further ado, and I'm sorry it comes off like in a funky way, but she was like, I think you're having a girl. And we're like, a girl? And so my husband was dead silent. He was silent, and because he has been walking around telling me, yeah, me and my son, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be watching football, we're going to be playing video games, we're just going to leave you in the dust. And he had a speech that he had to do at work that day, and he had already written up the speech and was like, and said in his speech, well, you know, and today we just found out that we're having a little boy, before we even knew what we were having. So his feelings was hurt. Ooh, y'all, I'm sorry I hope this post. Okay, but this is just I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's supposed to be the vajayjay, and that's a girl. So we're having a girl! Yay! All right, I'm sorry, you guys, for this long video. Smooches. God bless you guys.